Why the UCC filing? Short explanation as understood at this time. The United States' expansion of jurisdiction following the Civil War led to significant legal and financial changes, shaping modern commerce and governance. Originally, the federal government had limited authority, with jurisdiction confined to the District of Columbia and other federal holdings. However, legislative developments between the 1860s and early 1900s fundamentally altered the legal landscape. During this period, powerful financial interests, particularly those connected to England, influenced U.S. legislation. Though these laws did not inherently apply to the states or their citizens, distinctions between federal and state jurisdictions became increasingly blurred. Early admiralty courts upheld clear jurisdictional boundaries, but as public awareness declined, courts began expanding their reach. This period marked the transition from a republic governed by state sovereignty to a federally dominated democracy centered in the District of Columbia. The shift to a regulated citizenry. The 14th Amendment in 1868 established a new class of United States citizens, distinct from state citizens. This was the first step in federalizing citizenship, allowing individuals to apply for U.S. citizenship voluntarily. The 15th Amendment in 1870 further expanded federal oversight, granting voting rights within this new system. Over time, legislative measures such as the Federal Reserve Act, 1913, the 16th Amendment, 1913, and the 17th Amendment, 1913, reinforced the transition towards a centralized financial and legal structure. The establishment of the American Bar Association in 1913 further ensured that the legal profession adhered to this new framework. Government control through registration and debt instruments. The Trading with the Enemy Act, 1917, and the Emergency War Powers Act further broadened federal powers, enabling the government to operate under perpetual states of emergency. By the 1920s and 1930s, state governments were aggressively promoting registration of individuals and assets. Birth registration, land deeds, and vehicle titles all contributed to a system where individuals unwittingly became sureties for government debt. The Great Depression provided a convenient pretext for additional federal intervention, leading to the Social Security Act and other programs that effectively converted voluntary participants into financial sureties for government obligations. Through a series of adhesion contracts and legal presumptions, the people became collateral for federal debt. The role of House Joint Resolution 192, 1933. In 1933, House Joint Resolution 192, HJR 192, effectively removed the gold standard, absolving citizens from having to pay debts in gold. This measure served as an insurance policy for legislators, protecting them from accusations of fraud while also allowing citizens a method to reclaim their financial sovereignty, if they knew how to use it. The resolution legally obligated the government to provide a remedy for individuals to regain control over their financial assets. However, this remedy was never widely publicized, requiring individuals to decipher the legal codes on their own. Uniform Commercial Code, UCC, and Financial Remedies. By the 1950s, the Uniform Commercial Code, UCC, was introduced to standardize commercial transactions. The UCC replaced substance-based commerce with form-based commerce, relying on presumed contracts rather than tangible assets. This shift ensured that courts could enforce claims based on financial instruments rather than actual property. Those who registered assets unknowingly placed them under government control. The government, in turn, profited by leveraging these registrations in commercial markets. However, because these assets technically belonged to the individuals who registered them, a legal remedy existed, the UCC Financing Statement. Reclaiming financial sovereignty through UCC filings. Filing a UCC financing statement allows individuals to reclaim their financial interests. By properly filing such documents, individuals can assert their ownership over registered entities, such as their legal name in all caps. Notify the Secretary of the Treasury of their intention to handle their own financial affairs. Utilize financial instruments to discharge public debts. Exercise their rights under House Joint Resolution 192 to recover property and financial assets. Understanding and utilizing the UCC process enables individuals to function as creditors rather than debtors. The United States and its agencies act as debtors to the people, and proper legal filings ensure that individuals maintain their rightful place as primary creditors. Final considerations. Reclaiming financial sovereignty requires knowledge of the law and proper execution of legal remedies. While the government has implemented measures to ensure its continued control, those who study the law and apply it correctly can navigate the system to their advantage. By filing the appropriate UCC documents and understanding the legal framework, individuals can challenge presumptions that have placed them in financial subjugation. The process requires diligence, but the remedy exists for those willing to pursue it. Learn the law first, then take action.